Ben McKee and Patrick Brown of Go Vols 24/7 here inside of Neyland Stadium, where the grounds crew is already getting ready for next weekend's concert with Morgan Wallen, while Tennessee football will be in Oklahoma as a 3-0 football team. Big week coming up. College game day is going to be in town, and Tennessee will be riding the waves of quite a bit of momentum after tonight's 71-0 win over Kent State. This game went exactly the way we thought it was going to go. They were who we thought that they actually were. Tennessee scored 71 points, which is a modern era record for Tennessee, the most points they've scored since they scored 70 against ULM in 2000. West was apparently covering that game way back in the day. 37 points in the first quarter, a record for Tennessee for points scored in any quarter, and the score at halftime was 65-0.
Yeah, this was probably the biggest mismatch that there's ever been in this stadium. Apparently there was some discussion of shortening the second half, but the two sides couldn't agree to it. Sounds like maybe Tennessee might have initiated those discussions.
I don't think Kent State wanted a running clock or whatever it would have been.
Yeah, so second half played out. I don't really remember much of it because I wasn't totally watching a whole lot of plays.
Tennessee kicked 2 field goals.
Thank you, Ben. But yeah, I mean, Tennessee came out and just, it was a runaway from the early, from the word go. You got to credit Tennessee for coming out and handling its business, but this is a bad football team they played. Couldn't even execute a shotgun snap for a large portion of the game, but you play the teams you play. Tennessee did what it needed to do and got all of its starters out before the end of the first half, and now they're on to Oklahoma.
Yeah, offensive line continues to set the tone, both for the passing game and the rushing game. We'll stick with the rushing attack. Dylan Sampson looked like Dylan Sampson had 4 rushing touchdowns in the first half, and then Deshaun Bishop breaks a couple of long ones. I know he had a 53-yarder. Forget how long his other one was, but
47, I believe.
I was thinking 47. I promise. Deshaun Bishop with 2 touchdowns to go along with Cam Seldon out for a second straight game to go along with Dylan Sampson's 4.
Yeah, Lance Hurd did not play in this game. Josh Heupel said after the game that he was probably one of the guys that they held out that probably could have gone and would have gone had it not been Kent State, but they just plugged Dane Davis in there, all reliable at left tackle, don't skip a beat, and they were able to play a lot of young guys in the second half. But I think they finished with over 450 rushing yards. Peyton Lewis, I think 99 yards. I'm surprised they didn't get him in there one more time for a 1-yard gain just to have 3 guys go over 100. But yeah, I mean, this run game, if you're going to play 2 high safeties like Kent State was, they're going to run the ball on you, and that's what Tennessee was able to do in this game.
Absolutely. And then for Nico, there were throws here and there that he wasn't 100% precise on, but still an overall great day for him. Connected with Chris Brazel for Brazel's first touchdown catch. Mike Matthews, I believe it was from Gaston Moore.
Right.
But Mike Matthews, one of the kind of storylines coming out of this game. The freshman in his first action after dealing with a soft tissue injury throughout fall camp. I believe it was his hamstring that he's been dealing with. He made a couple of phenomenal plays.
Yeah, went up high for the touchdown catch, Had a return on the free kick.
After the safety.
After the safety. I'll be interested to see, is he going to be a kickoff return guy? Because that's just another way to get the football in his hands. You saw in glimpses how dynamic he is as a playmaker. He looked like a 5-star, regardless of who was on the other side. He made some plays that 5 stars made. The throw I love from Nico was the one to Nimrod, where it looked like he threw it right at the linebacker, but it was a little bit of a Joe Milton fastball and a little bit of an anticipation throw where Nimrod's coming behind a window. Just really good. And Nimrod made a great catch because that ball had some heat on it.
Starting wide receiver,
Chaz Nimrod, Ben's favorite player, Mr. Nimrod. But yeah, that play, and Nico said after the game that the Brazel touchdown, they actually thought it was a free play because Kent State kind of jumped. I don't think they threw a flag because I don't know if Kent State was actually in the neutral zone, but Cooper May snapped it, and Nico had a couple guys going deep, and he lobbed it up, and Brazel made a play, and it was a great throw. So enough from the passing game to feel good about it, but the big question for me going into this next week with Oklahoma is, can they play on the road?
Defensively, there hasn't been a team still to score a touchdown on Tennessee this season.
16 quarters.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I think the best part is that they played most of the roster. I mean, anybody that had a uniform on probably got in the game tonight, and they were still able to keep Kent State from getting even a garbage time touchdown. So we heard Tim Banks talk during the week about the standard being the standard. That was upheld tonight. Some of those young guys get in there, and asking Jeremiah Thielander about it, he says, as a defense, we take a lot of pride and take it personal to keep that goose egg, keep that bagel on the scoreboard, especially here. So that defense was able to get it done, and they had some help early with some bad snaps, but they still played pretty good football.
They absolutely did, and now they turn their attention to Oklahoma, what will be a top 15 showdown in Norman next week. And we will have boots on the ground, of course, and have plenty of coverage all week long leading up to next Saturday night in prime time once again. He's Patrick Brown. I'm Ben McKee. Tennessee beats Kent State 71-0.